Was anyone else arrested? What WSU criminology PhD student, 28, asked cops after being tracked down and cuffed in Pocono Mountains for the bloody murders of 4 Idaho college students.
A criminal justice graduate has been arrested for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students more than 6 weeks ago. Arrest records obtained by DailyMail.com show that Bryan Kohberger, 28, was arrested after a SWAT team swooped in Scranton, Pennsylvania, at around 3 a.m. this morning. A white Hyundai Elantra, the same make and model of car being sought by cops in connection to the killing, is said to have been towed from outside Kohberger's home. Kaylee Goncalves, 21, Madison Mojan, 21, and Zona Kerneldill, 20, were stabbed to death in Moscow, Idaho, on November 13, with Zona's freshman boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, 20, also killed in the massacre. Friday's sensational arrest is the first major break in the case, with Kohberger asking if anyone else was arrested when he was taken into custody. Kohberger is being held for extradition in a criminal homicide investigation, based on an active arrest warrant for first-degree murder issued by the Moscow Police Department and Latah County Prosecutor's Office. Sources say that authorities knew who they were looking for and hunted the suspect down to Pennsylvania in the Pocono Mountains, more than 2,400 miles from Idaho. NewsNation reported that Kohberger had a quiet, blank stare when arrested by local cops and the FBI on Friday morning. It is understood that Kohberger is a PhD college student at Washington State University, within the Department of Criminal Justice and Criminology, and did not attend the University of Idaho. According to the college website, Kohberger attended the college in Pullman, a 15-minute drive from where the students were killed. He graduated from DeSales University in Pennsylvania in May 2022 with a Master of Arts in Criminal Justice. As part of his research, Kohberger posted an appeal for help on social media with his research, which was looking at how emotions and psychological traits influence decision-making when committing a crime. According to NBC News, a white Hyundai Elantra was towed from the home where the suspect was arrested. Moscow cops have been hunting that exact vehicle in the past 2 weeks in connection with the killings. Kohberger appeared in court this morning, with Moscow police confirming that they will hold a press conference at 4 p.m. EST. A spokeswoman for the department declined to comment on the arrest when contacted by DailyMail.com. Authorities were left baffled by the brutal killings and have repeatedly appealed to the public for help with the case. Reports from both the coroner and police confirmed that each of the students had been stabbed multiple times in the torso, and were ambushed in their sleep. Police have found no evidence of a sex crime, and the victims had wounds on their bodies which indicated that they tried to fight off the attacker. Initially, cops said they thought all 4 were assaulted as they slept, with Goncalves' father saying she had the worst injuries from the incident, suffering gouging wounds and drips. The chief of police at Moscow Police Department himself admitted that investigators did not understand how the 2 surviving roommates, Bethany Funk and Dylan Mortensen, appeared to sleep through the attack. Multiple people talked with the 911 dispatcher before a Moscow police officer arrived at the location, authorities said in a previous statement. When they arrived at the scene, they said, they found Kernodilla and Chapin, who were in a relationship, on the 2nd floor, with Mojan and Goncalves sharing a bed on the top floor. Authorities believe they were all stabbed to death somewhere between 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. that morning, after enjoying a night out. Police in Idaho have combed through nearly 20,000 tips and questioned 300 people about the murders of 4 college students last month. Authorities are today clearing the property, but previously stated that they do not know how long it will take to clean up the property, adding it will be returned to the property manager when complete. The update comes just days after Fry told Krem his investigators are still waiting for crime lab results from evidence collected at the scene. "We don't want to rush that, we want to ensure that they're taking their time to get all of that right," the police chief said in an interview Tuesday. He added, "Real life and the movies are a lot different. You know, in the movies, they have all the results back in an hour. We don't get that in real life, so we're going to be patient." It remains unclear whether any DNA was retrieved from the scene. Earlier in the night, newly released surveillance footage shows Goncalves and Madison Mogen inside the Corner Club bar at 1:32 am chatting with an unidentified man, wearing a baseball cap, minutes before they ran to pick up food. The girls were seen with their backs turned to the surveillance camera inside the bar, which appeared to be filled with a mix of young and older adults. The leaked surveillance photo was posted by former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindaffer, who has dedicated her Twitter to the Idaho murder mystery. She said she obtained the photo once it was made public, and posted it online to discourage leaking evidence in the unsolved mystery. Authorities have previously said they were last spotted at a food truck at around 1:40 am on November 13, before running to meet their ride home. They returned to their off-campus house at 1:56 am, at around the same time that Colonel Dylan Chapin returned from a fraternity house. Their other housemates got back about 45 minutes earlier and were left unharmed in the attack. Speaking to DailyMail.com in the aftermath, the man who drove them home said the community is now losing faith in the Moscow Police Department to solve the quadruple homicide. Most of us have very little faith in the MPD. We can't tell if we are watching qualified investigators who have a handle of the situation or if they are completely at a loss and grasping for straws. But Moscow police have denied that inexperienced officers, the lead investigator has only been a cop for 2 years, are hampering or have already botched the investigation.